Hi, this is Barbara Clip, and I'm showing a tutorial on how to use the Studio website for parents and for students. This is our home website, and the email or the URL is www.encoremusicstudio.org, and it will direct you to this page you see here. And if you go on the left-hand side here, well, first of all, just a tutorial of the web page. Up at the top here, we have our home page, a biography of me, which you probably don't need, registration information if you refer any students, some photos of the studio, and resources, which I'll click on that because that does have a lot of links for a lot of the tutorials that students can use and so on and so forth. But if you go back to the home page, and on any page, you'll see on the left-hand side where it says login and username. If you don't have your login or username, let me know. I'm going to show you what it looks like from the student's perspective, and this is Bella's login here, and I'm going to log her in. Now, students can see many things. They can see an upcoming list of all the events in the studio, any particular announcements we have. If they have any materials they've borrowed from me, it'll show up here. They can see their profile if they want to change, like add their birthday or their school or something. They can email me directly from here. File area we really don't use. There's a calendar here of the studio. Now this would only show the events that the student is involved in. So if it's a group event like our performance class here, it'll show up and be highlighted. And all her individual lessons are here as well. And then under her lessons, if you click on lesson history, it'll show, now I don't usually add lesson notes for Bella because I know hers, but I added some in randomly just so you could see. All the lesson notes that I put in that are emailed to you would be here in a collection, so a student can look at kind of the history of what I've suggested that they've worked on. And also there's a repertoire tracker, which is more for my advanced students, so they have a collection of repertoire if they apply for a college music audition or something like that where they need to list repertoire. Practice is probably one of the more useful things for the students. They can go in and log their practice time, and I'll show you how to do it. Click this button that says log practice time. They pick the day that they practice. Let's say it was May 9th, and however many minutes, we'll say 15 minutes for Bella, and any notes. So she practiced her recital solo. And just hit save. And then they get this nice little graph of how much time they've practiced, and a breakdown here in the corner. They've practiced total of 40 minutes. Average minute practice session is 13 minutes, average of 5 minutes a day, and when they practiced, an average of 13 minutes. And they have a little running log time here, and in the future we're going to use this for our practice contest, so it's good to get familiar with that. But I'm also going to log out and log back in now as myself. So each of you has a login for the student and a login for the parent. So I'm going to log in as the parent here. And the difference between what you have and what they have is over here in the right-hand corner, you have payment and account information, which they do not have access to. So you'll see paid this month. I didn't pay myself anything, but I've created a pretend bill for myself. I can see my invoices. So it'll take me to the invoice pay, and on any particular month, I can view that invoice, that month's invoice. So we'll go back here. And we'll go back to that transaction, or so that was on the home page. And then you can also pay now, which will take you directly to a little prompt that'll say, is this a single payment or recurring payment? And if you add an amount in here, that'll take you directly to the PayPal page, where you can set that up directly through PayPal. My computer's a little slow here. There we go. And that'll show up as a music lesson payment, and you can enter your account information in there. The other thing that you have, you do also have a list of students. So many of you have more than one student studying with me, so you can select which student you want to look at. You can email me from here. You can see the calendar as well. And I believe if you click on a lesson, let's say, you can say request cancellation or rescheduling, or the event information. So you can reschedule a lesson directly from here with me. You can see the lesson history and the notes for the students. You can also not only see their practice time here, but you could log it in for them, particularly for the younger students. And you have this billing section that they don't have. You can see your payments, which I haven't made any payments to myself, so there won't be anything here. You can see your fees, so that's all your lesson charges. Again, your invoices can be found here as well, and you can make an online payment directly from here. And then under reports, you have the option to print out an account summary, which is a financial summary of everything that you've had. So hopefully this is helpful to you. Again, the students will not be able to see any of this financial information. And either the student can log in as themselves to enter their practice times, or you can log in for them and just simply enter it for them, which is fine too. So hopefully that's helpful. And if you have any questions, please feel free to email me.